Aquarius, hello and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be your reading for 2025. And if at any point I say 2024, ignore me. The cards that I will be using during this session are the Golden Tarot by Cat Black, the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, and the Ancient Stones Oracle by what's her name? Rebecca. I can't see it on here. She doesn't have her name on the front of this. Is it Rebecca Campbell? Yes, it is. Sorry, discussion. It's at the side. I'll start again. The Ancient Stone Circle by Rebecca Campbell. There you go. So let's get to it. The first part of this reading will be the first 6 months. So January to June, and then it will be June to December. So let's have a look for Aquarius 2025. Aquarius 2025. We've got one that's flipped out, which is the Seven of Wands. Ooh, interesting. Scratch my eye. Ooh, I like that. Interesting. I like the fact that the cards are getting sprung about. Do you know what this is? When I saw that card, it gave me vibes of having to walk on eggshells and everything being. Let's see what comes up. Aquarius. We've got the Lovers, Choice and Healing. Yeah, we've got Five of Wands at the bottom. Battles, internal and external. Okay, we'll keep pulling. We've got the Ace of Wands, which is fire. We've got the King of Swords as well. I will read these properly in a minute. We've got Ace of Swords. We've got Five of Swords. Seven of Swords. And we've got the Hermit. Right. Let's have a look at this reading. Let me bring those cards over here. So, we're going into January 2025, and it feels as though we're having to walk around eggshells. Walk around eggshells? Walk around someone. We're walking on eggshells. We're having to tread very carefully. We then go into the Lovers. The Lovers is all about choice and healing and relationship healing. There's something here that doesn't want to be seen in the cards. There's an energy here of something here looks perfect on the surface, but there's an underbelly there. Now, there is an underbelly with everything in life. Not everything is perfect, but what I'm feeling here, there could be a bit of rose-tinted glasses going on. There could be a bit of refusing to see something, which is kind of the same. We've got a King of Swords here with truth, Ace of Swords. So we've got truth. Now, he then comes in with the Five of Swords, which is the card of taking something and cleaning something up. We've then got deceit. So we've got a King of Swords that sits on his throne. How is he using his swords? So swords are the mind and the voice, are words. Now, the King of Swords is a great planner. But when the King of Swords, depending on what cards are around him, changes him, like all cards. When you're doing a reading, it's also the cards around it. We're dealing with an energy or a person that is taking something. There's some deceit there. Is it their truth and not your truth? Um, there's a truth here coming, a blatant truth The Hermit comes in because he's the deep thinker. Let me do a clarifier for the Hermit. Battles as well at the bottom, which I told you about. Clarifier for the Hermit. King of Coins, Eight of Swords. This is something you feel you can't get out of, but in actual fact, you can. Because ultimately, this card here, she's surrounded by eight swords. In fact, she isn't surrounded in this depiction. There's a clump here and a clump here. She hasn't even got her hands tied in this one. The traditional Radiant Rider-Waite traditional depiction of it is a woman blindfolded with her hands bound or bound by the bound in some way, and there's a circle of eight swords around her, and she can use her sword to unfree herself, but she doesn't. Sometimes she does. There's a feeling here of I have to put up with this. I can't have a choice here. This feels too big to change. All these stories that you're telling yourself. The card. There's another card wanted for this part of the reading. One more card. Justice. Four of Wands. We're dealing with something karmic here. A karmic relationship that I want to say at soul level, you're best friends. Which is why it hurts so much, because at soul level, you two are the lover's card. You're the best friend, the Garden of Eden, that type of thing before it went rabid. Interesting. Don't know why I said that. Garden of Eden, go rabid. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, but this person is playing a role in your current incarnation. And this role, this could be a lover, a father, a boss, a co-worker, a friend, a neighbor. They are trying to wake you up to your King of Pentacle. They're trying to wisen you up to something. They're trying to wisen you up to something that you wanted to learn to release in your current incarnation. It could be codependency. It could be refusing to see the truth of something. Now, the King of Swords may not just be a person, it could be a situation. It could be both of it. But this needs rebalancing. But it feels as though the Justice card, we can see it's being pulled. And you feel pulled. This is going to require you to go into hermit mode to think clearly about what you need to do. We're now going to go into June to December 2025 and see what comes up in the second 6 months of the year. Second 6 months for Aquarius. Second 6 months for Aquarius. Second six, one that's fallen out. Interesting. Which one starts again, but it's actually fallen out reversed. Now, I don't do reversals with this deck unless they come out like they fall out of the deck, if that makes sense. Usually, when you do reversals, you'll go like that with your deck and then you'll turn it, then you'll shuffle it, then you'll turn it again. It's like, ooh, interesting. The moon's come out in reverse. The Hermit coming in again. We've got the Devil at the bottom. Right, Aquarius. Eight of Wands. Moving forward. Three of Swords. Ace of Swords. Justice again. Nine of Cups. So, what we're dealing with here, the rest of 2025, is the fact that something big is going on in your life. It could be many different big things, okay? There's no avoiding this. This has to happen to clear some karma. It also has to happen for you to understand your emotional well-being. and the next steps that you need to make. There's a lot of this vibe going on in the tarot scopes, emotional well-being. With these two in reverse, this is a little bit of a codependency type energy. This is a walking on eggshells. It's a I can't say no because he'll leave. I can't tell him he's drinking too much because he'll shout at me. We've then got the moon in reverse. The moon represents the self, and this is in reverse. So this is the real underbelly. And this is also, this situation is asking you to look inward because there's something here that is welcoming in this. And please don't get triggered by that. It happens to all of us. Life is the Two of Cups. What is internal is reflected in the external. Whatever is in here gets reflected. Situations and people. When we're needy, we'll meet people that are going to bring that out. When we're aggressive, we're going to meet people that are going to bring that out. So so this requires you to step into the Hermit card and say, you know what? A bit like they're doing there. She's sat on her plinth and it's like, I need to know the truth of this. Ace of Swords. What's causing this? It's important that you listen to the answers. Because if not, there's a loop here with karma that'll keep going. And you will become the needy person. So rather than having your emotions fulfilled, it'll be all about you. This is a real leveling up moment that is trying to get you to move forward and to open up positive communication with yourself. Why do I always fall for the wrong type of person? Because I'm scared to be alone. I'm scared of not being attracted. All of this is this type, and I'd say it can go for some people. It can go even deeper and even darker, and that's all right. We mustn't run away from dark. We mustn't run away from the shadow because that's how we end up in a problem. I don't want to look at that. It's all them, not me. I'm perfect. There's something big here, and I think Aquarius, you're going to be having possibly a similar year to Capricorn last year, where you're going to have to work through some big stuff. And why is that? Let's ask the deck why that is. Why is that? The light and the dark, it's to bring about balance. How can you have clarity when you can't face your dark? It's to bring balance. It's a real dark night of the soul year. Um, Much toxicity has to be faced. One more card to change what's coming in so that you can go forward into 2026 with a clean slate. If you look at the energies this year, next year, depending on when you're watching it, because this is going to go live in December, if you look at the energies and think, right, I'm going to do some deep dive shadow work here, and if you're not sure what shadow work is, you go to someone that does. Myself, book a mentoring session, or you go to another healer or a therapist doing some big deep shadow work, looking at it and really deep and giving that permission, giving that therapist or healer the permission to take you there. Okay. You will find that you will grow. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to put you in a position where many challenges will come up for you to transcend them, awaken and ascend with them. Okay. If you go into doom, gloom, victim, it'll get heavier. That's my feeling with those cards. Okay. I'm always honest in my reads. I'll never BS you. I'd say as well, from the minute of watching this, start cleaning up your parts of your life that you can. If there's too much indulgence in some areas, clean it up. If you're neglecting yourselves, clean it up. If you know for a fact you're in a wrong type of relationship, clean it up. If you know you're not resting, clean it up. Get yourself into a good as position as you can for January 2025 so that you're in a strong position. If you go in feeling meh, it's going to be a struggle. And I'd say as well, going through this next year, to stay strong, stay fit, stay vital, look after yourself, pencil in safe spaces for yourself within your own world. Pencil in fact, what Spirit is saying, they're saying don't pencil in, use permanent marker for rest times, retreats. Retreat can just be going to sit by a river on a bench. Do you know what I mean? You'll be able to get through it. If you don't look after yourself, you'll really struggle with it. Imagine and yeah, it's higher power. You are gonna have to go higher and think higher next year. Reach higher. Because you cannot, it's almost like there's some of you that have this vision, or maybe you've seen something for the future where life is good, but you can't get there until you've gone through this dark night of the soul. Fork in the road at crossroads. Which path are you going to take here? There's also some element of spiritual maturity coming up and a leg up. So your guides are with you at this time. You may feel alone, but you are not alone. And mending. You are in a cycle of mending. But there's other people that are also going through a cycle of mending. Unfinished symphony, because you're in a loop. You're in a karmic loop. And we want to use 2025 to get you out of that karmic loop. If not, you'll continue in that karmic loop into 2026 and then 2027. The here and now, the answer is to stay in the present. Stay in the present is where you can alchemize something. So, what is alchemizing? Just a minute, I'll come to that. Community, so having a good tribe around you, not trying to do things alone. What is alchemizing? I got asked this question this week, and alchemizing is this. So I'm going to use an example away from this reading. You go into work tomorrow and you're made redundant. You kicked out, you're sacked, or what? Oh, you kicked out, you're sacked, right? When we don't alchemize that, we go into fear, resentment, anger. I'm going to write a letter of complaint. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to do this. It's poor me, why me, etc. When we go into alchemy, this is what we do. Okay, this hurts. I wasn't expecting this. Whoa, money. Whoa, that's going to. But anyway, and I can get through this. In fact, you know what? I've been moaning the shit out of this place for ages. And this has just given me the perfect excuse that I needed to go forward into another job, to go into self-employment. And whatever comes my way during this predicament, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it into a positive. That's not toxic positivity. That's being an alchemist. There's a difference. Toxic positivity is everything's wonderful. This is shit, but watch what I do with it. Yeah. This is shit, but watch what I do with it. Does that make sense? Be the alchemist. So, Aquarius, 2025. Weather the storms. Let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. Let it change you. Don't let it make you worse. Don't let it make you bitter and twisted. Let it change you. I'm feeling it passionately for you. Boundary stones, negotiations, contracts, and communication. Dude, that's interesting. Possibly the light. It's the light on, but look how luminous green that is. You won't be able to see it when it's facing me, but when I go like that, it's a luminous green. Big soul contracts. Big soul contracts coming up. Big soul contract healing. Negotiations with spirit. Some of you watching this may be going through divorces this next year, maybe going through big legal stuff. It's a big one. Communication at the bottom as well. The volcano. Relationships express, don't stagnate. So the volcano, relationships, full stop, express, full stop, don't stagnate. Don't stay in why me victimhood. This is a tower moment. Do you know, usually when you see this as a reader, you're like, oh God, how do I say this? But actually, I feel quite excited about this because I think this next year, can clear a lot of the BS out of your life. Wisdom keeper, a new perspective, study and learning. So learning new lessons. The Hanged Man card as well, seeing things from a different perspective. And Hagstone, energy shield, protection and inner strength. Singing stones, transmit your vibration, use your voice, but use it wisely. This isn't just saying any old shite, or it isn't screaming, shouting, threatening. It's using your voice wisely. The power of words. Please don't watch this video and run away from it and not want to watch it. I mean, if you've got to this point, you haven't. Please take this information and go forward. Pave your own way. Leadership, courage, forge, don't follow. And that's what's it called? Giant's Causeway in Ireland. There you go. Any of you Aquarius in Ireland, maybe the Giant Causeway is a place that you need to go, or if you can travel, if you live in other parts of the world and you want to travel to it. Anyway, I hope that reading has helped. As I will say again, I will reiterate, please, 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 please don't go into fear with any of that. It's not here to break you, it's here to make you. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you do want to book a session, all the details are below. And I will see you in the next one.